My Story Treasure Chest.
Hi friends! Welcome back to my channel, My Story Treasure Chest. I hope you enjoyed my previous videos. Now it's time for another exciting story. Do you remember? Last time I told you that I hid my treasure chest in my garden. But yesterday it started drizzling. So with great difficulty we carried my treasure chest and kept it in my attic, where I usually play and read my books. Come, let's go there and pick a book for today. This is my attic. This is one of my favorite places in my house. I do many things here, like playing with my favorite toys, drawing and coloring, and reading my favorite books. Do you see my treasure chest? Let's pick a book to read. Aha! Wow! It's Sylvester and the Magic Pebble. I'm sure it's going to be fun and interesting. Let's read it.
Sylvester and the Magic Pebble. Sylvester Duncan lived with his father and mother at Acorn Road in Oachdale. One of his hobbies was collecting pebbles of unusual shape and color. On a rainy Saturday during vacation, he found a quite extraordinary one. It was flaming red, shiny, and perfectly round like a marble. As he was studying this remarkable pebble, he began to shiver, probably from excitement, and the rain felt cold on his back.
I wish it would stop raining, he said. To his great surprise, the rain stopped. It didn't stop gradually as rains usually do. It ceased. The drops vanished on the way down. The clouds disappeared and everything was dry, and the sun was shining as if rain had never existed.
In all his young life, Sylvester had never had a wish gratified so quickly. It struck him that magic must be at work, and he guessed that the magic must be in the remarkable-looking red pebble, where indeed it was.
To make a test, he put the pebble on the ground and said, I wish it would rain again. Nothing happened.
But when he said the same thing holding the pebble in his hooves, the sky turned black. There was lightning and a clap of thunder, and the rain came shooting down. He wished the sunshine back in the sky, and it happened.
What a lucky day this is, thought Sylvester. From now on, I can have anything I want. My mother, my father, my relatives, and my friends can have anything they want.
Then he started home, eager to amaze his father and mother with his magic pebble. As he was crossing Strawberry Hill, thinking of some of the many things he could wish for, he was startled to see a mean, hungry lion looking right at him from behind some tall grass.
He was frightened. If he hadn't been so frightened, he could have wished the lion to disappear, or he could have wished himself safe at home with his mother and father, or he could have wished the lion to become a daisy or a butterfly. He could have wished many things, but he panicked and couldn't think carefully. I wish I were a rock, he said, and he became a rock.
The lion came bounding over, sniffed the rock 100 times, walked around and around it, and went away confused and puzzled. I saw that little donkey as clear as day. Maybe I'm going crazy, he muttered. And there was Sylvester, a rock on Strawberry Hill, with the magic pebble lying right beside him on the ground, and he was unable to pick it up.
Oh, how I wish I were myself again, thought Sylvester. But nothing happened. He had to be touching the pebble to make the magic work. But there was nothing he could do about it. Night came with many stars. Sylvester fell asleep. What else could he do?
Meanwhile, back at home, Mr. and Mrs. Duncan paced the floor, frantic with worry. Sylvester had never come home later than dinner time. Where could he be? They stayed up all night wondering what had happened, expecting that Sylvester would surely turn up by morning. But he didn't.
I will never scold Sylvester again as long as I live, no matter what he does, said Mrs. Duncan.
At dawn, they went about inquiring all the neighbors. They talked to all the children, the puppies, the kittens, and the piglets. No one had seen Sylvester since the day before yesterday. They went to the police. The police could not find their child. All the dogs in Oatsdale went searching for him. They sniffed behind every rock and tree and blade of grass, into every nook and gully of the neighborhood and beyond, but found not a scent of him.
They sniffed the rock on Strawberry Hill, but it smelled like a rock, not Sylvester.
After a month of searching the same places over and over again, and inquiring of the same animals over and over again, Mr. and Mrs. Duncan no longer knew what to do.
They concluded that something dreadful must have happened and that they would probably never see Sylvester again.
They tried their best to be happy, to go about their usual ways. But their usual ways included Sylvester, and they were always reminded of him. Life had no meaning for them anymore.
Night followed day and day followed night. Sylvester on the hill woke up less and less often.
He felt he would be a rock forever, and he tried to get used to it. He went into an endless sleep. One day in summer, Mr. Duncan insisted that his wife go with him on a picnic.
Let's cheer up, he said. Let us try to live again and be happy even though Sylvester, our angel, is no longer with us.
They went to Strawberry Hill. Mrs. Duncan sat down on the rock. The warmth of his own mother sitting on him woke Sylvester up from his deep winter sleep. How he wanted to shout,
Mother, Father, it's me, Sylvester. I'm right here. But he couldn't talk. He had no voice. He was stone dumb.
Mr. Duncan walked aimlessly about, while Mrs. Duncan set out the picnic food on the rock.
Suddenly, Mr. Duncan saw the red pebble. What a fantastic pebble, he said. Sylvester would have loved this for his collection. And he put it on the rock.
They sat down to eat. Sylvester was now as wide awake as a donkey that was a rock could possibly be. Mrs. Duncan felt some mysterious excitement.
You know, Mr. Duncan, she said suddenly, I have the strangest feeling that our Sylvester is still alive and is not far away. I am, Sylvester wanted to shout, but he couldn't.
Oh, how I wish Sylvester was here with us on this lovely May Day, said Mrs. Duncan. imagine the scene that followed. The hugs, the kisses, the questions, the answers, the loving looks, and the fond exclamations. When they had eventually calmed down a bit and had got home, Mr. Duncan put the magic pebble in an iron safe. Someday they might want to use it. But really, for now, what more could they wish for? They all had all they wanted.
The moral of the story is, look before you leap. See how much Sylvester suffered. He should have thought twice before making his wish. Now it's game time. I'm sure you all are eager to know the correct answer for last week's game. Let me share it with you now. And the correct answer for last week's game is...
Answer 1. Children. Answer 2. Rats.
Now it's time for this week's game. The challenge is, I will show you 3 pictures. You have to find who's behind the cloud. Let's see if you can find all 3 of them.
Question 1. Find who is hiding behind the cloud. Question 2. Who is hiding behind the cloud? Question 3. Find what's hidden behind the cloud. I hope you all got the correct answers. Give your answers in the comments below. I will share my answers in my next video.
If you like my stories, please subscribe to my channel, My Story Treasure Chest. And also, don't forget to share this video with your friends and relatives. See you all in my next video with another exciting story. Bye!
My Story Treasure Chest.